instruments. They're experts in helping people adjust to hearing with their new hearing instruments. Part of the process, once you're fitted with your personalized hearing instrument, is going through an interactive computerized program called Aware. Created and developed by McDonald's, this one-of-a-kind program helps train, exercise, and rewire your brain to create better listening. Rosie, you went through the Aware process. What did you think of it?
And it was pretty hard, some of it, but I think I made improvement on the whole.
So, part of the Aware program was something like the frustrations you were feeling because of hearing loss.
Definitely, yes. I was very familiar that sometimes you don't hear well because people are talking too fast. Sometimes it's because you're in a crowd and only one person is talking, you try to zero in on them. And so it was very much like life situations, except that you couldn't see what was going on.
Gary, tell me about the Aware program and what was that like for you?
I loved the Aware program because earlier, before the Aware program was instituted by McDonald's, Mark had trained me and made me believe that my brain needed retraining. So when I came for my latest version of hearing aid, and I learned about the Aware program, I was anxious to go through it to see what it was like. And it was very interesting. I spent several days coming into the hearing aid center, listening to voices under extreme circumstances, trying to improve how I heard, you know, saying whether or not you actually heard, saying whether or not you actually understood. And when I finished the whole program and sat down with my hearing aid specialist and went over how much improvement had occurred over those lessons that I took with the Aware program, it was rewarding to me to see that it's working. And the techniques that I learned through the Aware program, I will continue to use every day to kind of try to continue to improve my hearing.
Your hearing loss is hereditary.
Yes.
How long did it take you to actually make the first move towards getting a hearing solution?
Well, it was my husband that noticed it first. He already had a hearing aid, and I was kind of prejudiced against hearing aids because my mother had bad hearing and my grandfather did. My mother said, oh, they don't help very much because they just make everything louder. The hearing aids make everything louder, but you still don't hear it. What's being said, it's not distinct. And so I was very prejudiced, but my husband encouraged me to go get a hearing aid, and I was very happy when I did. I tried his out first. I just stuck it in my ear, and all of a sudden I heard the cuckoo clock going. Oh, I heard that clock ticking. I hadn't heard for a long time. And so I thought, well, maybe I should get hearing aids, and that's what made me get interested.
And you chose McDonald's?
Yes. That was my second choice. I had somebody else before, but I came here second.
And glad you did.
I'm glad too.
How many hearing aids have you been through, Gary?
I've actually been through 4 different hearing aids, 1 before I came to McDonald's and 3 with McDonald's. And now I'm using the very latest technology that they have, the Alpha series, and I'm really pleased with these. And let me tell you just a couple of things quickly. This series that I'm using now, because of where the microphone is placed and the way it's placed in my ear, gives me 2 great advantages. One is that sweat on the old hearing aid would affect the hearing aid and I'd have to take it off. The old hearing aid with the microphone behind the ear would pick up wind noise. And so when I go walking in the wind or when I try to ride in my wife's convertible, I would say, no, I can't do that, have to take the hearing aid out. These work great. And I'm hearing things with this new hearing aid that I've never heard before. As an example, you know, I was driving a car the other day down the freeway, and all of a sudden I begin to think, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with the car. I'm hearing something in the car. I'm hearing something I hadn't heard before. There's something in the noise. And suddenly I looked down and realized that my foot was against the firewall, and it was bouncing a little bit on the freeway, and it was making a squeaking noise that I thought was part of the engine, and I would never have heard that before. My wife, who is my strongest supporter and also my strongest critic when I don't hear well, is telling me that it's really great. She no longer, every so often I'll look at her and say, you don't have to talk so loud, I hear you, dear. And she's saying, I understand. And she used to purposely get around in front of me when she would talk about different things. No longer has to do that.
Well, Mark, when you said this process here was thorough, you weren't whistling Dixie. It's amazing. I don't think there could be a facet of the hearing process that you don't drill down on to discover, to figure out how best to fix somebody's hearing loss.
Well, you know, Stan, what you just witnessed today, this is what we do when a person comes in for a hearing test. We test over 600 people, new people, every month, and we have over 3,000 people in our 12 locations that go through this part of the journey process every single day. And, you know, this is what we do and how we do it.
And that's why McDonald's Hearing Aid Center have the greatest patient flow of any company each and every month. We're proud to say we've earned that popularity. We've earned it by bringing patients the very best care and service that is possible in attending to hearing solutions. And that's about what you're about to experience. So, welcome to McDonald's.
Hi, I'm Mark Moore, President of McDonald Hearing Aid Centers. I'd like to talk to you and actually invite you to attend one of our free Hearing Aid Maintenance Lab do-it-yourself seminars, which helps protect, it educates, and helps train you to protect your investment of your hearing devices. This free do-it-yourself hands-on seminar takes about an hour or so, and we do it in groups of about 6 people to be able to interact and understand what type of hearing aids you have and how to maintain and take care of these hearing devices. So I'd like to really extend an open invitation to ask the front desk or the clinician to schedule you one of these free do-it-yourself seminars. You won't be disappointed. And I will say thank you for trusting us to your hearing. You won't be disappointed in us too. Thank you.